Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, I'm going to do a Dev Insights check-in. This is a bit of a developer Q&A.
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
Okay, so this was just posted this morning, the 13th for me. We were supposed to have an update today, and, well, there was a delay. So while we don't have excitement for the update, we can see if maybe there's some teasers for some fun stuff to come here. Maybe. Yeah, I guess one thing I will do is a quick little TLDR update for me. So if you guys are newer to my channel and you don't know why I look a little derpy or why my mouth looks so silly, why one eye seems like it's blinking but the other isn't, I do have a facial paralysis, like Bell's palsy. And no, I did not get the vaccination, and no, I did not have a stroke. Just something that happens, and yeah, that I do have a whole video about like why I can't post back from March when it happened, if you guys want to know the whole story there. But yeah, it's getting a lot better. I'm supposed to start a different type of therapy. What was it called? Takar therapy, and I'll be doing that sort of thing after I get back from Germany. I wanted to do it sooner, but I want to do like 5 days in a row. And then, yeah, continue other physiotherapy afterward, but it's been a while. And then also I guess a very TLDR is my little baby girl is 4 months old today. So cute. And if you guys want to see pictures of her, you could hang out in my Discord. I do post in the IRL section in there if you want to see those pictures of the cute little girl. Or when she joins me for a summon every now and then. And yeah. That's kind of the big thing. So let's see if there's anything fun that we can dive into here and maybe get some teasers of some updates to come. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's been talked about already, like with the Forerunner server, the arena update. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited for that. There's the heroes Sanja, plus we know there's some extra sexy, spicy new characters coming, like what is it? Lumera and Zaris, or I don't even remember their names now. Anyway, it's fine. I'm thinking of Lunaria and combining the other girl's name at the same time. We'll talk about them later. All right, so let's get into it. All right, here, question 1, a new tier 3 piece set suggestion. Basic attack damage plus 25% and ignores 25% of target's defense and magic resistance. So this is really nice because, and I agree, we need more sets. They say we will add more tier 3 gear in the future. But yeah, we need more variety. So I think it was Fastidious's video with Hell Hades. And it's like talking about the idea of a set could make you use a character that you would have never used before. Like, I think they gave the example of Harpoon, right? If there was a stun set in this game, and like I think he said, you know, Harpoon has like 3 hits on his basic attack or whatever. If every hit had a like 50% chance to proc a stun, that all of a sudden makes Harpoon viable for Titanic Ruins and maybe other content as well. And, you know, maybe you would use someone that you wouldn't normally use because of sets. So I definitely would like to see more creative sets added to the game, like what we saw in Raid Shadow Legends, a shield set, or whatever set. You know, like the crowd control set, poison sets, an HP burn type set. I don't know. Just sets related to giving heroes buffs and debuffs and more variety that, or shields, you know, that can make someone be usable that wasn't usable before. Alright, you definitely have a mithril issue, like they say here. Make mithril more available. I shouldn't have to sell 95% of the artifacts I get just to barely afford the 3rd promotion. It's insane how hard it is to get mithril in this game, and at no stage in this game are you happy with the amount of mithril you have. So true. I mean, they even added it in the shop and it's good, but I always buy it out from the arena shop, I think it is as well, on the main account. I don't know, it's rough. And I definitely agree that I do sell a lot of artifacts that I feel guilty selling because I'm just not working on them at the moment, just to make sure that I have enough to level up a few of something else. And I guess that's part of it though, right? But yeah, they do say here in the future, so we've added more ways to get mithril and we'll continue testing them. They have added a couple spots for mithril that didn't have it before. In the future, expanded artifacts will also add additional mithril drops. So future AMR stages, they mean, of future artifact material raid stages will add additional mithril drops. So we'll be able to get more from higher stages. That makes sense. We just, again, still hears a little whisper about those future AMR stages that they still haven't added yet. Maybe soon. Alright, next. This person says, we don't use some ancient gear sets. Ascend also takes a long time. Recycling features should be added to a foundry. We can recycle the ancient gear we choose into a bullion or spirits, 1 bullion or 20 spirits, so we can have more resources to ascend other sets. They actually reply saying, thank you for the feedback. We are already working on improving this feature. The latest updates will appear in future versions. So that has been kind of mentioned a few times. And this is another mention here of Durza. So last time I did a Dev Insights, someone talked about Durza, and here we are again. So I'm going to see what this person has to say. So they say, please fix Durza. He has so much potential to be an amazing hero, but as of now, he's infuriatingly useless. The 50% damage buff is laughable at 10 seconds. It's over before it even starts. But the best part is that it costs 60% of your target hero's health. And it's AoE, so you can't cut your entire squad's health in half. Oh, you can cut your entire squad's health in half. Oh yeah, people joke about, oh yeah, he's just the guy that kills your whole team. Yeah, that's right. Please, please make Durza great again. Also, notice that Artemis and Durza have a lot of similarities. Artemis has Sanguine Tonic, and Durza Sanguine Rite. Both are cultists. Both have cool blood red animations in their ultimate. Maybe make them have a special bond. Like Lust and Arrogance, or Captain Rev and Razak. Maybe these can have a Sanguine Brotherhood. Durza gives you a temporary 50% damage buff with Rite, but Artemis makes that buff permanent. I like that. And don't make him destroy your health. Although chaotic people like to be chaotic, so. But they do say our future plans include improving this hero's strength. So Durza has been mentioned a couple of times, so I definitely think they have him on their radar for real, for real. Alright, since there's an epic Chaos Dominion Lord Vlad up, please make an Arbiter Lord. We are currently in the planning stages, so stay tuned. So yes, there has been whispers that there's an epic Arbiter Lord coming, and this just confirms that. Good to see them kind of confirming that. We are in the planning stages, so they are working on that. Obviously, right now, we already have, like, an epic Lord event going on, so I would assume it's not coming until after all that. And are they going to make it like a Shard 7 event or not? I don't know. Probably not. Probably just added to the Ancient Only pool, but who knows. So I'm going to try not to read all of them. It would be here forever. I'm trying to pick and choose some like usual. There's some mention of the wood here in production. So if you guys forgot, I almost did. On the Forerunner server, they added this like farming weird system for the camp, which people don't seem to really like. But I mean, it's free stuff at the end of the day. Free stuff is free stuff. But it sounds like they haven't released it globally because they're just still working on it. I feel like it's got a lot of complaints, so maybe they're just trying to perfect it and take in more feedback before it goes global, which is actually really nice to see. I'm really surprised we don't have it yet. But it does say we're currently improving and revamping this feature. It will be launched soon. So something about faster and reproducing more regarding the wood production for whatever that translates to. I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, it's good to see that they're constantly working on that and they haven't released it globally yet. Probably because they are working on it. So I like to see that actually. Just shows that they're not rushing it out just to get it out. They're actually waiting, like adjusting it based on feedback. Okay, so dealing with Ingrid in Guild War. Can we get a demon cannon with an with a demon with an ion cannon to help us with Ingrid? So one that could shoot super far just like she can, right? So they say, thank you for your feedback. First, the map will undergo improvements that impact the reduced attack range. Second, a new demon soldier is in the works and is expected to be released in the new season. So they have prepared an anti-Ingrid counter, maybe, is what they mean. We'll see. All right, Guild Boss 2. For Guild Boss 2, it would be nice if when Aegis stacks... Aegis? I always never know how to say that. Aegis? Aegis? Aegis. I don't know. Aegis. I'm just going to say Aegis. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that's correct. It would be nice if when Aegis stacks are dispelled, that the boss starts again from 0 stacks when he reapplies the buff, rather than getting the old stacks back. Oh yeah, that's definitely how it should be. Why would he have the old stacks if you dispel them? Also, if the removed stacks could also reduce the damage of Earth Shatter. As a tooltip, it says the damage is based off of Aegis stacks, but it still calculates as if he has all the stacks, even though they're removed. Thank you for your feedback. We will improve this issue in the next version. So there was something about the reducing the difficulty of Apocalypse 1 in one of the notes. I think it was for Forerunner server. But, or was that in this one too? Maybe that was in the current one. Actually, I think that's what's going global today. That was supposed to be today anyway. But yeah, this is interesting. I totally didn't even notice that the way Earth Shatter, it actually still hits just as hard whether or not he has stacks removed, which definitely should not be the case. 100% agree. That's a really, really good tip for how you would expect it to function based on the way it reads. Alright, so the Tower Anniversary event was so much fun. Can we get more events like this that don't require hero skills or gear? Please create more events that give more crystals as rewards, ironically. It's so hard to try out new heroes when their skills aren't leveled up because skill crystals are so rare. And they do say, thank you for your support, love and support. We will reintroduce Tower Cleaning mode as soon as possible. They did say in our dev interview that we did that tower would be a reoccurring thing, at least for future events. It'd be something they could use again in future events, just add a different theme to it or change stuff up, or hell, just use it as is. People really liked that, I think. It was fun. It's like one of those normalized type things where it doesn't matter how your account is, as far as gear or levels or whatever, it just keeps everybody on an even playing field. But I think you had to have the heroes, but that's fine. I've played a few other games that did that sort of thing, and it's still really nice to have that, at least. Alright, this is a long one, but the response is good, so I want to read it. It's regarding Guild War. Guild GVG, as people call it, Guild versus Guild. I debated it with my guild. It's not about the hero design, but how you can surpass this power creep. I don't know what the statement was before. As far as the map as far as the map is new, there's no way you're gonna change it. Seems like Boreas 2.0 situation. I talk as an endgame player focused on PvP. Oh, they mean like the new maps related to the Guild Wars, how it's very favorable for Ingrid or like new Dahlia teams, but I mean, that's good. They're new heroes. They need to have purposes. But I get that Ingrid is overpowered, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need a Boreas situation again, though. I really don't. There's ways around that. Alright, so number 1 in Arena, there's some good points with her. Maybe she gives Arbiters a chance to compete against Chaos comps at the top level in single target Arena. This is so true. I always say, oh, you need Ingrid to compete in single target Arena. No, you don't. Like, go to single target Arena, or sorry, to compete in Arena, period. But I was looking at all the top teams for multiple areas of Arena. None of them had Ingrid in them. They're all freaking chaotic teams with Valderon. So, I don't know. Even some Gone teams, I don't know. It was interesting. Definitely not all Ingrid at the top only. I literally was just looking like 2 days ago. Alright, I'm gonna skip the arena stuff, but if you guys want to see more suggestions there, I'm gonna skip right to the GBG because that's what they kind of reply about. So my problem here is the hero in the map design. It's too obvious how to place her and how broken this placement is. I'm okay with the unbeatable comps we have some in the guild, but it took maybe months to get very high-end and specific gear, stat, skill, artifacts to perform them. The problem here is that her A0, not even fully skilled, is not surpassable, and the positioning is way too obvious. Solution, debate. Obviously, rework isn't an option because it's far worse than Boreas rework because people invested in the rarest currency. The tower map is brand new, so this is also a problem. Yeah, I think I pulled like 300 summons to actually get Ingrid or something crazy. Yeah, that happened. And those are not cheap. Alright, I'll suggest making a better solution is even by adding more heroes like this on a monthly basis to shape a new meta. What, make busted heroes? You can't just power creep at every single round. Every hero can't be the new best hero that comes out, or else all of the rest of them just get rendered useless. They just need to buff existing heroes more often. Honestly, I hate that idea. You're just literally asking for power creep. No, person, no. Ay. I'll suggest that, alright, blah. But this has to be done with addition to some new demon soldiers or buffing, reworking some less used demons. Otherwise, the game experience will be broken. Also, a good solution to limit the use and abuse of some kind of heroes is to make people use more rosters. It is to periodically, on a monthly basis, nerf or buff some factions. Damage types, buff some demon soldier attributes and stuff. This is a way of rebalancing and improving some aspects of the game. The hero will be superb, as the goddess she is, and make the map still playable. Yeah, I've always wondered why in Guild vs. Guild, besides maps, they don't change out buffs or hindrances, right? There should be like a 20% boost for certain heroes. That's a fun thing too. I think Eternal Evolution in their Guild vs. Guild type stuff, or their guild, or I think it was just the new guild bosses where you had like 5 different things to fight. And you could have like certain heroes be buffed. So like Lasir gets a buff randomly or whatever, but it makes him have more damage than he normally would. So all of a sudden Lasir is hitting just as hard as Comet, like because of the buff, you know, stuff like that. Or they just buff Cultist is a boosted faction this round or this day. Or whatever, the season, you know, having some seasonal bonuses or something would be really cool. Alright, they say, we make improvements and adjustments to Guild vs. Guild in every version. We will incorporate this suggestion into our improvements. So they are always listening, and I think their responses are showing that in the way that we see the changes here and in our updates, and the updates that first come to Forerunner server really do show that as well. Alright, the next one here asks about letting us have a testing phase. Like, after you've already submitted your run, be able to still test and play around. They say testing on a weekly basis is more convenient for now. We'll keep an eye on this. So no, it doesn't look like they're planning to let you use any heroes or even in a test mode before you submit your key for the week. Or, sorry, after you've submitted your key for the week, not as of now. Alright, in Artifact Forge, you can add a sell feature similar to gear, so we can immediately sell from Mithril after summons instead of going into the forge and selling there. Small quality of life improvement. And they say the update will be released soon in an upcoming version. Oh yeah, this is a big issue. I think it was Slate that was talking about how annoying this was. I could be remembering it wrong, but I'm sure a lot of people have. You did a great job introducing the gear planning feature, but I think there's room to make it even better. I'd love to see you add in some kind of tag or tab system that can sort various builds into categories. Right now, in the list, as the list populates, the latest build that you save goes at the top. So my list of 50 builds is totally chaotic. My guild boss are spread out through my list and I have to go searching for them, making an update for a single champion. This isn't ideal. The 50 plan cap is also a little annoying. Do you plan on increasing it? 50 different sets saved is pretty generous, guys. I've never seen that many plans allowed. That's really generous. It's not like you're gonna save a build for every single character for every single area of the game. You're gonna have builds where like, okay, this gear set I use on Lust or Zilitude, depending on who I'm using at the moment. That's more the intention. It's not intended to be like every single character you just save your builds. It's more of a like your best set, I think, ideally. But 50 I think that's generous. I don't know. But I do agree that we need a way to sort our 50. We need a way to either tag them as something so they can all be immediately grouped together, or we can filter out and only see a certain thing, or we need to be able to rearrange them manually, at least. Okay, it looks like they're looking to improve the feature even more regarding gear plans. So they had a suggestion here. The frequent gear changes required for different missions can be tiring. The gear plan feature is a step in the right direction, but it can be improved further. A single-click gear change for all characters would greatly enhance the experience, minimizing the mental load and streamlining gameplay. Yeah, like at the very least, if you could just select a bunch of plans and then say equip, you'll be good. The problem is, if you accidentally have some of the same gear and a few different people that all go into a new team or something, then those gear are going to contradict each other, right? So I hope that we're already working on this feature means stuff related to team presets, where you can at least make a couple presets for a whole team, and it remembers that who's in that team and just loads all those in. Something like that. It doesn't have to be quite as crazy as Dragonair's amazing, perfect team presets, where it remembers everything, like all gear and artifacts. As I get that for most games, it's actually too easy and too broken in a sense of quality of life, but it's amazing. But in Dragonair, the difference is that game is season based. You don't have as much gear. You don't grind as much gear because your counts gets reset and then you start from nothing again. So that at least saves a little bit of the stress of having bad luck rolling for gear during a season, is using a feature like that. All right, this is interesting. Let SSS tier heroes, how they are, but mark them as such and put a rule that you can only use one unit in a PvP battle, or PvE even. I mean, not PvE, but in PvP, like they say maybe. Like, we may consider this suggestion in future improvements to PvP gameplay. So let's say there's a group of like what? Hatsa, Ingrid, Kratos, or no, maybe not the Lords, because that's kind of the point. Why would you want to use a hero without their Lord? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like having, again, rules or that either hinder or help a certain hero or a certain faction or a certain unit type for guild versus guild and arena would make things a lot of fun. And all right, that's all for now. I did try to skip a bunch, but this was still a bit long. There's a lot of interesting comments here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.